welcome to Random Conflux, where today we're talking about, I have no idea at this point. We've been doing too many topics and I've lost count of what we're doing.
Are we going to talk about Flintstones vitamins and how they have no sugar or high fructose corn syrup?
No high fructose corn syrup?
Yes!
Oh my god, what an amazing ideal!
So you can actually take them. Oh my god.
But they have vinegar.
Vinegar?
Actually, I don't think they have vinegar in them.
Shh, don't tell him that. My Flintstones.
I'm sitting here with a bottle of them.
You may hear food, chewing, bags rumbling, drinks being sipped in the background. Do your best to ignore those. This is Matt. That is
Zach.
And that is
John.
Potentially this is
Allie.
And potentially this is my wife Jamie, who's giving me the stare down. Alright, there we go.
And we're basically going to talk about random shit that pops in our head.
Hope you don't mean literally.
Figuratively and literally. Maybe.
Ew.
I don't know.
One thing that I think is very interesting is the new trailer for Wolverine vs. Deadpool. Have you got to see that yet, Zach?
You mean Deadpool versus Wolverine?
Or Wolverine and Deadpool, excuse me.
Oh, the Deadpool 3?
Yeah, Deadpool 3, Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I would say versus, but then again, kind of, sort of. It's a love-hate relationship.
Well, isn't that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackson? Jackson? Anyways.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, you coughing man.
We apologize for the cat. The cat?
The cat? What cat?
The coughing.
This is a horrible video, but we're going to keep recording. Why? Because that's why.
Oh, man.
Okay, now try it again, Zach. Go ahead.
I thought that was the way Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman always were.
Oh yeah, love-hate relationship. Yeah. In all things. In alcohol companies, in life, in general, yes. They are good friends and frenemies and all the things in between.
Yes.
But there's this guy, and I wish I could remember his name, but he's on TikTok. You gotta look this up. He's making Deadpool / Wolverine 3D printed masks.
Cool.
And he's done the yellow with blue, yellow with brown, yellow with black, and then he's doing red with black. And he's talking about doing some other color combinations if it gets more traction. And he's got an Etsy shop set up. I wish I could remember his name. But needless to say, I saw that video a couple days ago, and it's phenomenal. If you get a chance to look that up, it's like he's fused the Deadpool mask with the Wolverine mask. It's really cool.
That would look really, really cool.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to send them in like your head measurements or whatever, but I mean he's got a pretty big head, so it should fit.
Yep.
And if nothing else, it's a display piece.
Oh yeah. Well, they don't really do that kind of stuff when they make the collectible Power Ranger helmets.
Oh, there's something to speak about. JDF's son launched a store for his dad.
Oh, cool.
He dropped a video of it on YouTube and TikTok and Twitch the other day. And he sounds so much like his dad. Like when he was talking, I thought he starts the video not standing in the shot. And I thought, oh, this is JDF talking. Then he sits down. I'm like, that's not JDF. Who is this? And then he says he's his son. I'm like, oh, really? And then I look up and I read an article about it on Forbes, literally like 2 hours later, how he started an online store for his dad and everything. And the proceeds going towards that karate thing, like the what would Jesus do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, the karate club and the taekwondo and all that stuff that he was going towards. All the proceeds, or most of the proceeds, go to that, and the rest of the proceeds go to keeping the store going.
Cool.
What I wanted to know about that and I haven't found anybody that gave me a definite answer, is who's running his YouTube channel now?
I do not know. But his daughter has taken up a lot of his mantle when it comes to signing stuff for the family. Like, she'll sign stuff like helmets, and she went dressed up as the female Green Ranger from is it IDW or is it Boom Comics?
It's Boom Comics, I think.
Boom Comics, yeah. She went dressed up as that to a convention recently, and she's been signing stuff in the place of her father. So,
I mean,
She wants to do it in official capacity too, like actually come onto the show.
yeah,
that would be cool.
but they can, if JDF's son is interested in it, they could be using him too.
Mm-hmm.
But heck, there's a Boom Comics that's all about Tommy's son.
Mm-hmm. And they even mentioned Tommy's son in that the special that had Billy in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, once and always.
Once and always.
Yeah.
Once and always. Yep. Yeah. Allie's nodding at me right now. She's like, yeah, that one.
Here's a funny thing most people may not know, and if you do know, then go ahead and comment down below. But the real reason chess was created,
Okay.
it was a war strategy. It was to teach noble children how to participate as a lead soldier on a battlefield.
Or as a leader of soldiers on the battlefield.
Yeah, that too.
You said chests and not chests, right? I mean, my chest.
No, not your chest, even though your chest is hairy and beautiful. I mean,
Let's not get off topic.
what topic? This is Random Conflux. Read the channel name. Listen, for all of those out here who don't know, and I know I've referred to him as this in a video or two, but our man here, JJ, Jonathan Lacrosse, he is Mr. Mustachio, because he has a beautiful thick mustache. Mustache. Yes, everybody.
Here, Zach, save me.
We can't save you.
We're
Beyond saving.
Either one of us could be saved. But, anyways, I said an interesting fact. You said an interesting fact.
Your turn. Say an interesting fact that's not inanity.
Okay, let me think. There's one I had from earlier, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, yes. Glass is neither liquid nor solid.
Yes! That is so interesting.
It's a solid.
It moves too slow, or it moves too fast to be a solid, but moves too slow to be a liquid. It's in between.
It's a solid.
No, it's in between.
I thought solid was in between.
It's a colloid.
No.
A colloid's a term of between like two types of matter.
Well, I guess people can comment down below which one of us is right. I still say solid.
You can touch
Because
it.
it's it's a crossbreed of a solid and a liquid.
Yes, so it's a
Colloid.
colloid. Thank you.
Solid.
Solid?
Solid. That's what I was told it was called. Just like the difference between a gas and a solid is a plasma.
Okay, and something else is going to blow your mind. Diamonds are the same as glass, even though they're one of the hardest substances out there, and they are technically a solid. Because of their crystal clarity, they're a colloid as well. The clearer it is, the more the friction in the pieces. In the
So you're
molecules.
talking about colloids like clear or almost transparent.
Opaque, see-through.
I thought opaque was.
Am I wrong with? Am I using the wrong
I
word?
thought it
A
was
colloid is
transparent.
something that's in between two states of matter.
Yeah,
For
yeah, but-
instance, cornstarch, when you mix it with water, or clay itself, is considered a colloid.
Hold on, let me look at the
So
word opaque. I might be
plasma
using.
is a colloid.
I might be using the word opaque wrong.
No, transparent is see-through.
Okay.
Opaque.
Not able to be seen through, not transparent. I am using the word wrong. I am sorry. Okay, not opaque. The opposite of opaque.
Transparent.
Or translucent.
Yeah.
Translucent.
Translucent. Thank you.
Yeah. Transparent, completely clear. Translucent, as you can see through it.
Yeah.
It's not completely clear.
But anything like
Plastic. Yeah, like plastic.
well, I was thinking of stuff like regular stone.
You mean like quartz?
Quartz, sapphire in a way, depending on how polished and clean it is. But does that still mean that it's not a solid? Because a solid is a matter between solid and liquid. That's what
You're
a
saying
solid.
solid.
Is that not what I've been saying this whole
I kept
time?
thinking you were saying solid, but with a strange accent.
Solid.
Soloid. Okay. Hold on. We're talk about something for a minute while I look up terms.
So solid is a solid snake.
No.
Otacon. I found the box.
It's technically solidus. Solid snake, liquid snake,
Solidus is in between the two.
solidus. Soloid. There's a person here wanting to wonder
Okay.
over.
Okay, I got it. A colloidal state is a type of dispersed system, so that means it has a phase which is liquid in most cases and solid in others. It does not possess those phases at the same time, but during its creation, it exists between those phases at one point in time or another, such as glass, diamond, and quartz. In most cases, are colloids because they started out as one but finished as another, but can go back to the other under the right circumstances. That is why when glass melts, it is the way it is, or when quartz becomes dense and hard to see through, it is the way it is, or when diamond becomes clear, it is the way it is. Now, hold on, I'm going to answer your other question, okay? A solid, okay, is a solid that starts off as a solid and becomes a liquid at a later state, okay? That is not glass or quartz or diamond, okay? In most cases, that is something that has polymolecular particles dispersed in it. Now, hold on. Give me a second. Yes. Such as plastics. Plastics are solenoids.
Plastics are solid.
Okay. No. I know. Water, you are correct, Allie. Water can turn into all three, but it's not both of them at any given time. It's a liquid, it's a solid, it's a gas, but at completely separate times. Not both. Like, for instance, there is a time when you're looking at that pane of glass that's your window that it's also a liquid and a solid. Okay? Water is either completely one or completely the other or completely the other.
Yes, water can be wet, it can be hard, or it can be dry.
Yes. Bow chicka bow wow.
But wow, what a science lesson.
Wet, hard, or dry, just like most of us are, right?
But people only know the main three types: liquid, solid, and gas.
Yes, and then colloids and soloids are the in-betweens. They're the between the 1 and 2 and the 2 and the 3.
Well, don't forget that there's also plasma, which is in between a solid and a gas.
Yes, that's the other one. That's the other end of the spectrum.
Like magma is a form of plasma.
Yes, it is.
Fire is plasma. Lightning is
Oh,
plasma.
okay. Lightning is plasma. Fire is not quite plasma, depending on how hot it is. When fire reaches a state that the visible spectrum becomes purple, that is when it has reached the state of being a plasma. Up until then, it is still what it normally is.
So fire is a liquid? So fire is a solid.
No. Rewind. Hold on. I'm gonna sit here and keep looking stuff up for this video just to make sure that I'm not talking out my ass.
Because what I learned is anything that is a solid matter of gas is a plasma.
Hold on.
Technically, you need a form of heat to create.
Oh, I stand corrected. You are correct. Fire is a plasma, not a gas or a solid. It's a kind of transient state between being composed of the elements prior to ignition and spent fumes. It reaches the height of this in its visual purple state and reaches the low of this in its visual orange state. There you go.
And the hottest version of fire is clear.
Yeah, the hottest is you can't even see it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's right after purple. Purple is the highest it can be.
On the visible spectrum.
Yeah, because it goes purple, almost white, clear.
Yeah. On an unrelated note, but kind of related, rubbing alcohol burns clear because of the way it's made.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it also causes the fire to heat up at such a height that it's clear on the spectrum.
Yeah. And no, I do not. Don't try that at home because it can be dangerous. We don't want you guys burning your houses down or.
Do not do anything that we're talking about in this video.
Yes.
There will be a disclaimer in the description. And also, if you drink responsibly. You can do that. Drink responsibly.
If you're of age.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's keep this little science lesson going here. Since it's kind of working so far. We have a little bit of history, a little bit of science. Okay, let's throw a law question in the works.
A what?
A law question.
Why the law? I don't want to talk about the law. Because I fought the law and the law won.
Well, hear me out. You'll get it here in a second. But, for most people, if you take, let's say, Matt draws a picture.
Yeah.
And I hear some detail about that picture, but I don't know the full extent of that picture. But I draw a picture similar to it. Is that copy or fair use?
Is there 3 different points of reference? There's my question back. Is there 3 different points of reference? If you look at the picture, can you clearly distinguish 3 different things, yes or no?
I wasn't going that far.
Okay, well you brought in law. Let's do it. If there's 3, it's fair. If there's less than 3, it's copyright. That's according to the law. That's why. And let's get into this. Go ahead. Power World can exist.
Do you mean if there's more than 3?
3 or more.
Yeah. Yeah, for instance, a picture has to be 70% different from the other picture.
Yes.
Okay. But what if, without looking at one person's artwork, that you create the same thing,
Okay, so
almost identical?
hold on, hon. So you hear I'm making artwork about a water-powered Godzilla robot, okay? And all you hear is water-powered Godzilla. And I make a water-powered looking Mecha Godzilla, and you make a water-powered looking Godzilla, and beyond the fact that mine's Mecha and that yours is Godzilla, they're pretty much the same fucking thing, then in that case, technically, it's copying. But at the same time, you can sit there and say, oh, well, I didn't know. But when it comes to the law, it's not a matter of I didn't know, it's a matter of evidence. It's a matter of what you can prove in court, not what you know. As Law Abiding Citizen, the movie clearly taught us, and that was an excellent movie, and I absolutely loved it and wished that Gerald's Butler character would have won in the end. Spoilers. Moving on.
There's actually been multiple cases with that. Like, two companies work on something on almost the exact same time.
Yeah.
And the stuff was so similar, but they didn't realize one was working with the other.
One of the reasons why I bring this up to you.
Yeah.
And also the fact of the movie that Matt just said.
Or in the case of video games, there's been multiple video games like that. For instance, the one off my head was the first Tony Hawk game, Fracture Skate Destroy. Very similar games. They were both designed at the exact same time. Neither company knew the other was working on it. I'm sure you can mention you can think of other ones too.
I can right now.
I'm trying.
WWF and the WCW games.
Weren't they the same engine?
Same engine, same company.
But
Being paid to work on the same product, but two different divisions.
that wasn't a copyright thing, though. That's just them working on.
Technically, it would have been. If you think about
because
it,
there was a like party involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say 2K wants to make games for both WWE and AEW. Legally, they're not allowed. Even though it's the same company, it's for two different side companies. So they have to take inspiration from the partner company. Like, if they make a WWE game, they can't use the same resources in an AEW. But they were doing that with the WWF games in the WCW games.
Yeah. Another example of that, and Matt can actually confirm a lot of these. For every Marvel character, there's a DC equivalent.
Almost every Marvel character, there is almost a DC equivalent, and vice versa. And there's plenty of times where one company copied off the other. There's a lot of times, if you follow the Panda Red on YouTube or on TikTok, he does this thing called Regrettable Superheroes of the Week, a weekly, not weekly show, where he talks about superheroes out of this book called Regrettable Superheroes. And he determines whether they're regrettable or not, or whether they have, if they're regrettable and good thing they're gone, or if they're, hey, maybe if they just twisted a few things around, they can make it work nowadays. All right? And one of the big things he talks about is, this little startup company that only had 2 comics that went on for 6 months or whatever was actually really the ones to come up with the idea for Plastic Man. But because it didn't take off and because DC's did, DC got Plastic Man even though originally it started with another one, and so on and so forth.
Just like Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, The Flash, and Quicksilver. Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel or Shazam. Hold on a second. Give me a moment. There's a lot more. My brain's just not clicking on them right now.
Batman and Iron Man.
Yeah, more or less Batman and Iron Man, though they were at the same time.
Thanos and Darkseid.
Thanos and Darkseid. Yep, there you go. There's 2 ones that are really very similar. Anyways, you get the idea. Darkseid.
I thought it was Darkseid.
There have been animation companies that have used both names, but the original terminology was Darkseid.
Matt has corrected me multiple times.
I don't mean to get on about it, but I used to have this official DC licensed book that was all about Superman, that every single character it mentioned had the proper pronunciation of their names in it. Okay, and Darkseid was one of them. Now,
you just recently got rid of that too. It was like,
I had no choice. Unfortunately, the 2 times in my life that we ever had bed bugs in the old apartment I used to live in, they got to the book.
That's why I said that's why you get rid of it.
Yeah, I had to get rid of it. Otherwise, I'd still have it to this day. It was a freaking treasure trove of knowledge. But that gets me on to pronunciation. Since we're going random, let's go random. One of my favorite characters from the Superman comics was this little imp from the 5th dimension. In Smallville, he was a meteor freak who was able to talk to people and make them do what he wanted to. And a lot of people say that his name is Mixoplex. Okay? Alright, it's, and the correct way that it's spelled, hold on, I'm going to tell you. Give me 1 second, I'm just typing in right now.
I don't even know.
Okay, the correct way that it's spelled is MXYZPTLK. All right, but the way that it's pronounced is Mixie's Pitalik. Okay, it's Mixie's Pitalik, and people say Mixoplex all the freaking time, and it bothers the hell out of me.
Even Paul Dini, who was an official person on it, says Mixoplex.
And it's wrong! He's wrong! That is not the original
He said it in a
pronunciation.
commentary for this.
I don't care. He's wrong. It's Mixie's Piddly, dang it.
Well, they can't even agree on what he is.
He's an M from the fifth dimension. That's good enough for me.
One story says he's an imp from the fifth dimension. One says that he came from a meteor shower. One says that he's part of another planet.
And one says he's the savior of the future. I know, but the point is, I go with the fifth dimension one because it's the easiest one to believe. For me, at least.
Have you watched the show Krypton?
I have not watched Krypton, and I have not watched Superman and Lois. I want to watch them both.
But in that, they talk about, well, the one character that's there to save Superman.
Yeah.
There's a theory that he's actually Mr. Pillick, whatever you said.
Mixie's Piddly. Mix, yees, piddle, ick. Four things. Mix, say it with me. Mix, yees, piddle, ick. There you go. Mixie's Piddly.
But they say it's supposed to be Flash's grandson. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if it's Bart Allen.
You mean
Like
Barry
Nick
Allen.
Moss?
You mean Barry Allen.
No, like Barry Allen's grandson.
Oh. Okay, Bart. Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm not sure if it's Bart or the one that succeeds Bart.
Okay.
But it was supposed to be a descendant of a Flash that goes back in time to save Superman.
Oh, interesting.
And warn Superman's father and family that Krypton was going to be destroyed.
Did he go crazy or something? Because Mixie's Piddly always fucks with Superman really hardcore.
No, it was the fact like he had information that he shouldn't have had unless he was part of a fourth dimension. And there's been a few worries about, is he really related to the Flash, or is it Mixie's Pillick or person?
Gotcha, okay. Interesting.
So with that random conflux information, or random conflux of information,
Yup.
I've been Zach.
I've been John?
And I've been the Matt. And this has been
Allie.
Who's Barely Talked. And that's my
Lexi.
who just decided to talk. And then that's my wife who isn't talking. Okay. Until next time.
Smash that subscribe button.
Share, comment, and have a good time.
Wait, Lexi, how should people subscribe? How should they click the button?
Go on our fans and find the subscribe button and click on it with their mouse if they have a mouse on the computer.
See, that's a good thing. All right.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that one.
See you later, folks.
See you later. Have fun.